Hello, I'm a resident of Vancouver, Washington, and I would like to keep you informed on the latest happenings related to the CRC project. Over the next several shows we will be speaking with several people that have an insight in this project, and the problems that lie ahead for us citizens if we don't speak up. We are talking today about the Columbia River crossing, also known as the CRC, here in the Vancouver-Portland area. Yes, it's a fact we need a new bridge, but at what cost today, and tomorrow will we pay for it? Here are some of the issues. Bridge design and cost. Light rail across bridge from Portland to Vancouver. Tolls on the bridge forever. Where is the bottleneck causing the delays to and from Portland and Vancouver, and will this address those issues? Here is a proposed picture of the Columbia River crossing bridge that has been proposed at a total cost of anywhere from $3.6 billion to $10 billion over the next 10 years, and the estimates keep rising depending on who you talk to. Now, as recently as 2010, the Michael Callahan, Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge, also known as the Hoover Dam Bypass Bridge, was completed at a total cost of $240 million. Yes, the total cost was $240 million, and $114 million was the bridge cost alone. The other $126 million was for the access roads around the bridge. So, what makes this Columbia River crossing bridge so special? Besides being a bridge for everyday traffic, it will also have light rail between Portland and Vancouver as well as tolls. What is interesting is when it was put to a vote by the residents of Vancouver, they voted 70% to not have light rail in the city. But does that matter? In a recent election for mayor of Vancouver, Tim Leavitt ran on no tolls on the bridge, but shortly after becoming mayor he changed his mind and now supports tolls. He said it's happening as the government controls that. I guess he forgot about those that supported him to become mayor and decided to do as he wanted and not the will of the people of Vancouver. Here is what he had to say.
Tolls to pay for a federal asset that provides economic commerce for the entire West Coast should not be put on the backs of the citizens of Clark County, period.
When I ran for the office of mayor, I told you honestly and in good faith that I would fight against tolls on the Columbia River crossing. But unfortunately, not every battle can be won. I could continue to protest, to throw up my arms and stomp out of the room, as some of my detractors have insisted. But frankly, whether or not I protest, the bridge will go on and tolls will happen. It does no good for me or anybody on this Vancouver City Council to continue to say no tolls.
We, the people, do not want tolls. We cannot afford it. It will take a toll in Vancouver City. It will take a toll in Clark County.
The remaining businesses here in downtown Vancouver are going to be empty if that disposable income goes to a bridge other than the local community.
It doesn't say no bridge. Okay? It doesn't say no infrastructure. It doesn't say no growth. It doesn't say no jobs. What it says is, let's do it right. HB 1773 that was passed in 2008 by the House says very specifically that tolls that are established will go on forever and ever and ever. They do not have a time limit.
HB 1773 also requires the I-205 bridge to be tolled. If the I-5 bridge is tolled, due to the traffic that would be diverted from the I-5, that would increase the congestion on the 205.
To me, the issue at hand is our state and federal gasoline tax dollars are being misappropriated.
We've been paying gas taxes since they had the 1956 Federal Highway Trust Fund set up to build those bridges. The federal government owes us 2 bridges.
Vancouver does not want light rail within its city limits.
We are not high-density population areas. And if you are trying to force light rail in here, it's going to be a tremendous cost for us.
You are the local representatives. You don't work for the state. You don't work for DOT, you work for us. Would you be willing to allow us to have a voice in this? Because if you don't, it looks like we have been disenfranchised.
Stop this nonsense now. And you'll be our heroes.
But I think if you're going to campaign on no tolls to get elected, you need to campaign for no tolls while elected.
I guess you can call him a one-term mayor. I thought we the people controlled what the government can and cannot do. But clearly Vancouver City Commissioner Jeannie Stewart believes she, the government herself, can limit what we can say about it. Here is her outburst at citizens at a recent city council meeting during the public speaking portion.
Don't point out to individual council members. Okay, you're
Jeannie
leaving.
Harris, you are a
Gavel
very
him down.
disgraceful
Gavel him
person
down.
tonight.
Steve.
and I can't
Gavel him
believe it.
down.
I can't believe you.
Gavel down. Out. You've been dismissed.
I would like to first of all invite the City Council and our citizens to participate in a presentation.
That's not something that has to do with city business.
Actually, Jeannie Harris, I believe it does. In fact,
No,
has.
it doesn't. So put it down, please.
This is something that I know that, for instance, Bart Hansen, you had an interview a few days
You
ago.
don't need to point out
Yep,
separate
yep.
council members.
Please, Mr. Madore, address the issues related to city business and with the entire council.
With all due respect, Mayor and Jeannie Harris, would like to be able to exercise my right of freedom of speech. Unless there's a rule that says that I cannot name individual council members, I'd like to have the freedom to not be censored on that. Is that okay?
This is our meeting, and we'll have it the way we want it, and you will not address separate council members.
I believe that the City Council not only has the right, but has the responsibility to be very much involved in this issue and to relay the positions of the citizens to the state. If you will accommodate Jeannie Harris, I believe that Jack Bergman and Pat Campbell.
What are you doing? Don't address specific council members. You've been asked not to do that.
You know, I
Yes.
want to ask Ted Gaithy, our attorney, what the criteria is when our citizens come forward and they want to speak. I, too, am concerned that the attempt here.
Well, of course you are, Councilmember Stewart. They're your friends. Those are the people that support you. And you constantly do this.
They have never supported me.
Oh, get out of here.
Okay, please, council.
We need to, we cannot have council determining what citizens can say.
Yes, we
and what
can.
they can't say.
Yes, we can. This is our
Well,
meeting.
Then how would that not be censorship?
If they want to talk about that, they can go use public TV, Fort
What-
Vancouver TV.
What-
They do not have we can determine how to run our meeting.
What case can be made that light rail is not related at all to issues in the city of Vancouver?
Okay, very good. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Do not talk about me when I'm not here. Don't talk about me when I'm not here. You can talk about
You need to
your
go somewhere
allegations
and
about
get sane.
your friends, but do not talk about me when I'm not here.
Go
Don't you
somewhere
chastise
and
me on
fix
TV.
yourself.
No.
Go-
You don't behave that way.
What is the matter with
You
you?
do not behave that way because of the way you treat people. You do not chastise me like that.
You need to go settle down.
Shut up.
Let's face it, folks, we elect people into office to do the will of the people, and when they get there they often forget they work for us. Clearly, we need a bridge, but do we need light rail? And do we need to pay for it by having tolls? In the next few days I will be discussing in detail the different aspects of this project and how they will affect you, the citizens of Vancouver, Washington. You know the best way to find corruption is to follow the money, and I will show you who the real players in this multi-billion-dollar fiasco and who stands to make a ton of money off of it. If you have any comments, please email them to me, as I would like your input on this project. Thanks for watching, and make sure you don't miss the rest of this series.